Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the smoking room in Puff from my side. And
Yes,
Naoto, where are you now?
I'm always in Cologne. I mean, not
I I,
always, but
I thought maybe you were in Dusseldorf. I thought,
oh, that was for the project.
but you don't stay there.
No, no, no. It's like 30 minutes by train. Well, it's actually more, 40 minutes, like 1 hour door to door. So I just commute there, and the good thing about being a student here is that you get a free train ticket, like a
Free,
pass.
like 100% free?
Yeah, I mean, you pay the tuition,
No.
but tuition is like $300 per semester, and that's for the study,
And
and they also give you the ticket.
in
Then
the whole Germany or in just per regions?
in the region, the state, but
Okay, okay,
but
okay.
where the state where I stay is really huge, and there are like quite a lot of cities. I mean, small, well, not small, but how do I say it? Like it's like a metropolitan area. I think
Yeah,
that's called.
yeah,
Yeah,
I see.
like Düsseldorf, Cologne, Bonn. They're like all
Yeah,
like close to each other, so it really helps. Like
of
if you
course.
study in Berlin, for example, like I mean, traveling within Berlin, it's good. You can take the subway and stuff, but you cannot go to other city. You can probably
I
go
didn't know
to
that.
yeah, I can go to what's that Potsdam, but like it's just in the same area. It's not like
Right.
you travel for like 1 hour to another city.
Yeah.
So something
Yeah.
to think about. I don't know if you want to study in Germany, it's good.
For you people, if you are thinking to go to Germany, it's a good place. Studying.
Yeah,
No, I didn't know. Like in Belgium, trains are quite expensive. Yeah,
I see.
they're not cheap.
I don't remember. Anyways, I think
In France, they're expensive also.
yeah, always like I feel I never have good experience with the metro in Paris.
No, but the metro in Paris as well is just so complicated. Also, it's just so many lines underneath each other. It's just
Oh well,
over.
think
When
think
I'm
about
one,
think about where
sorry,
I'm from.
in Japan, yeah, I haven't been in. I don't know how it's in Tokyo.
I think it's the most complicated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but to be honest, like when I'm with, for instance, if I'm in Paris and I'm with somebody else, these kind of things, I'm just relying on the person next to me. So I'm passive aggressive in that sense.
I see.
Because it happens often that I will go there in summer to visit a friend of mine that has a son, Diana. If Diana one day see it is that I highly doubt it because I don't know why she will look at this. But hello, Diana. So then we go there, and then I just like every time it's hot, and I'm just my brain is not with me.
Yeah, I have to say, like one time in Paris, I think I had to like take the metro and then change to the fast train to go back to Cologne, and I was totally confused by the connection. Like there's like a few gates that I
Right,
was not sure how to go through, and
right.
I just like I didn't have time, and I was running because the train was leaving soon. So like I had no choice but just to break into the gate because otherwise I'll miss
Passing,
the
passing,
train.
passing by. Japanese in a hurry. Japanese in a hurry.
And that was like quite recent. I mean, like 2 years ago or something, or maybe yeah. Anyways,
It's so funny these situations in international flights. I remember one time I stayed in Brazil long, and I remember that day was the last day of my staying of my tourist time. And I remember I arrived just in actually I arrived quite some time, like maybe 1 hour and a half already inside. and I thought it should be enough. So then when I go to the line, it was a huge line, and then
Oh,
I was in that line for, like you're seeing just the clock, and oh my god. And I know the airport still is big, then you have to get to the gate, and at some point, no, wait, I did not cut the line, but I saw that some people, sometimes they were just passing by straight away, and they were cutting the line and just getting. And I was thinking, oh my god, I should have done that, but now maybe it's too late. This all this like inner talk. What should I do? I don't want to lose it because, yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
but
so
yeah, speaking about time, I think yeah, let's like go back to the practice, but like the last time was 1 hour, right? We
yeah,
did the few times, like I think like at least twice, 3 times we did 2 hour
two
practice.
hours. Yeah, at least 3 times. The last 3 times were two
Yeah,
hours. Yes.
and then we switched back to 1 hour, like just like without development,
Yeah.
and that was
Yeah. Yeah.
really nice. Like because you're talking about time, and it's a bit like that, like not waiting in the queue, but the end is coming, like, and as soon as you start the practice, you own like
You
the clock
know.
is ticking. two
Yeah. Yeah.
hours
Faster.
is yeah, like 2 hours, then you feel like you have all the time. But
True.
1 hour is like, yeah, so I have to spend maybe 20 minutes to fix this first, and then 20 minutes to build up, and that last 20 minutes for doing whatever or something like that. And
And also was funny because I thought like I didn't get your you were not sharing your screen
I
until
totally
just maybe the
forgot.
last
I totally
15 minutes,
forgot.
I think. And it was, I mean, also because since we didn't have the development time, uh I jump in like, okay, now what? Um and then one thing that I realized fast and I put in my notes for myself is that if I have 1 hour, I cannot, if I don't have well defined my framework, let's say in terms of like self dissociation, I cannot start that process, um, including BDMX, because it just takes time until I build up this, because it's an interface. And yeah, with 2 hours I can do that process of like self distanciation of like, okay, now maybe I open BDMX, maybe I put one layer, hydra, moving, sound, you. But with 1 hour I thought like right away, okay, this is not going to happen, not BDMX for today. And that frees me space, so give me more space. um but yeah, something that I did try because it was I wanted to try was, I because I share it in Puff on the board. So I test the streaming before. So I was doing that 1 hour in advance, testing like setting the streaming automatically starting from some point, and then generating this QR code, then print it, and then testing is that just gonna work with for the people just to go scan and go right away to the. So I test that, and but I completely forgotten what was I going to do.
Well, I mean, it's good that the streaming worked, which was
Mhm.
which was something.
Yeah, and actually, I have to say that in that regard, that my last two experience with the streaming, which was this is the third time that I'm doing a streaming by myself, and then this time I feel it was okay. It was not a traumatic experience. The last two were just too much for me.
Hmm. I see. But still, I feel it was a lot of it's a lot of work. Like I felt like it's like it's just adding another thing, but it felt like already like doubling the effort for doing the practice. Or maybe because I have so many things to set up.
Hmm.
Like without streaming, I have to like, because also like I was not here, like I was out and came back like 30 minutes before the practice, and then okay, first thing, put the green screen, because I forgot that note.
Right.
I always think about that. And then what, I set up the computer with some cables, and then microphone, and then what else? Well, that's pretty much it. Maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe if I can relate to that, is that in my context, in my framework, um, as well, then I start because we are working now towards this this framework on my school of the final work of my thesis. Then already I put like, okay, since I don't get yet when I'm simplifying what I'm trying to say, I'm not adding more cameras. I'm just adding like the webcam, like a part of my laptop camera. I have another one, and that's it. And for me, that works because that's enough for the time that I have to work on this. So for me, that simplifies already my setup. Like, okay, I don't know what to do when I try to work with OES Ninja and stuff
Mm,
yet, so I'm not doing that.
yeah. Yeah, like I've been like trying so many things during the practice, like that past practices. Like I tried the controller for the VR, and also what else did I do? Um, MIDI controller.
Floating,
Last time I didn't try because I was a bit afraid of adding more things, and then I didn't try the windows moving last time because it was a bit too much. But I was quite happy with the composition in the last practice. It was somewhat simple, let's say, like compared to the previous ones, but it was like somewhat, I felt solid, and also the footage I used was I was really happy with like what I did with that. I don't know if you watched it later, but
yeah, I partly did. I mean, I jumped between the
yeah,
points, and then um, what do you want to say? That yeah, I don't know. Sorry, yeah, I forgot
yeah,
about it.
yeah. For the footage, I was like, I don't know, like somehow I decided to record from a train. So that was the footage that I was filming just before the practice, actually, like on the way
Ah,
back from Düsseldorf to Cologne.
yeah,
And I just timed it so that I know when it ends. Like, so I started from, halfway of the practice, and then it finishes at the end. But I think I quit a little bit early this time. I
yeah.
was I was a bit confused by the clock, but anyways, that's okay. Um, yeah, that was nice footage, and it's good working with the text.
Yeah. Now you know I remember
Hmm?
because at some point we start with this like lob and what is lob, and then what's so funny when then you start reading this message of somebody
Yeah,
like,
someone
hey,
commented on the
what
on
what
YouTube.
was the message? You remember the message more or
I
less?
can I can check, but yeah,
It
I
was
should
good.
I should read it actually because it was funny. So that's
It
like
was so funny.
that was funny thing about doing
That
the
was
live
funny.
stream, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think
You
that
just
was very
get
funny.
something unexpected, and like I just didn't expect that someone will comment, but then someone said, "Okay, hey, I am new to Hydra and would love if you can give a small intro of how to use P5JS with Hydra,
I will love the. I will love.
and would love
I will
if you."
love. Yeah, 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 yeah. That was very funny.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Something that I wanted to add also was that now I feel comfortable with the music because, like, at some point, then we start having this problem with the copyrights, and then since so now I know that, and now what I know is like if the music is pure, then the algorithm somehow will recognize, and then we will have problems with copyrights. But then now I know. So then I know if I somehow the sound it has noise or there is not so clear, then it's
Mm,
fine, and still we can use it for you and me to dance,
I see.
and that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was really surprised because somehow the sound from you was, I was hearing it super loud, but in the recording in the streaming, it was really, the volume was really low, but still detected some copyright stuff. It was not blocked, so it's okay. But they say this, copyright claim.
Yeah, because I mean, from I think that I shared that with you from what I know from the copyrights is that it even though it's the material of somebody else, you can use it, but not pure. It must has something on, uh, because I mean, legally you can do a critique. Let's say when you use visual material of somebody, you can use it, but if you is if you add some critique on it, you cannot use purely. And it's
No,
still anyway.
but I think
I
it
think
has
the
to be a
people.
snippet. If in that case, you cannot have the whole material, I think.
I I'm not sure about it, but what I know is the person will be notified. But if the person is not claiming the rights, it's okay. It's different if we are trying to appropriate 100% the pure quality of the song just for the sake of it. Then it will be blocked right away.
You know what? Like, I mean, in this chat, I think we don't talk about, we cannot talk about this much, but we are trying to start a new collaboration. But then I was thinking, like, if we have another chance of like writing a research grant, we should find a lawyer and list them as a collaborator. That would
Yeah,
be cool,
I know
actually.
the I know the right person for that. Like my teacher of copyright is super nice, and maybe he might be interested in jumping. And I mean, as a consultant, I like this image of
Yeah.
like it's.
Yeah, but I think it's even more fun if he's actually like a collaborator. Like even if he acts as a consultant, just to have him as like a really like member instead of we
Like somebody who
ask
is
him.
really somehow involved in the process. Is that what you mean? Not
I
only
mean,
suggesting from a legal point of view. Is
I
that what
mean,
you mean?
I mean, it is like it is just suggestion probably, but that because that becomes quite a significant role in the process. Like it's
Mhm.
if that's like the main like interest for that project, let's say, like it's not that we like for example it's not the objective is not just because we don't want to we don't want YouTube to um, complain every time, but like as a bigger role, like how do we incorporate these aspects of like let's say popular culture in our practice, and then
I
how do
see.
we do it properly? Then that's becomes the lawyers role becomes a bit more
Yeah, yeah, I see.
and I know there's like a collective in Berlin. They do like some weird public, like they do like activism kind of artwork. And before they, like when they plan, they always talk with a lawyer to see that if is not going to be illegal, or at least it's in the
So
gray zone.
so maybe for if there is some lawyer, weird lawyer out there who's watching this, we're looking for you.
Yes, just we're not hiring, but just contact us.
Oh my God. Yes, and maybe actually for we can start like saying maybe not in concrete names, but we can mention that we are starting trying new process with in the practice, and we are looking forward to work with new collaborator, and that's very exciting. We are really looking forward this new experience.
New experience, yes. Yeah, so is there anything else we want to
Yeah,
talk about in the
yeah. There
practice?
was some. I put
Yeah.
some notes. They were like not too much, but I put some notes. Is mm, mm, here and then text concept. Yeah, stream 1 hour to consider the light. That's mine. Synchronization of new display. That's mine. Sitting on the image will take now. That's mine. Practice. Uh, don't failure. Yeah. No, this may be something personal, but this one, yes. I think failure. Failure. I think will be interesting to start considering consciously uh, the idea of failure when we do the
Okay.
practices. Like in terms of, let's say, if I have an idea in my head is say I want to use feedback in certain way with with some colors, with some audio reactiveness, and in my head, in a way, it's clear, although it's abstract, and I know that many things can happen in between. So I think will be interesting to start considering the failure. So rather, instead of like trying to go me just really like, oh my God, it's not working. What can I do actually with this not working? Like
Hmm.
to actively trying to let the not working do to take more agency in the process.
I remember you were really frustrated, maybe like half of the practice last time. What was it?
In this one, in the 1 hour,
Yeah, or was something that
N-
I maybe,
no, there
I don't
was
know.
something that it was not really frustration. It was more
The Hydra was
uh
not, sometimes it's really
Hydra. How Hydra was doing something weird. Basically, what it happens is like I put my code and then I just run it all, and then somehow the buffer was taking partly, not all, but it was taking partly what it was running before. Say it was some oscillation with some colors running on, then I run my code that it has the init cam, init screen, and it took the init cam, not the init screen, maybe. I mean, it just partly, it seems that it was running both codes somehow, mix it up.
Yeah, I have to say that like if you open the editor, it already has the example, right? And some of the
Mm,
examples do some weird stuff. And I have been complaining about this because like like you can just select which buffer to show, or you can have like all the buffers in, quarter of the screen that you have the grid.
mm,
And these things like you can change, but some examples they choose like not the primary buffer but the second one or the third one, and that's so annoying because if you start doing things then you see something
you
that
don't see it.
yeah, exactly. Or they
Yeah,
change
yeah,
some
yeah.
parameters, so it works like super
I
slow
see.
because you have to change the parameter, and then this was like so annoying to me. Although I
Yeah,
mean
yeah, yeah.
I think that it's kind of nice that it does something unexpected in a way, which is I think
Yeah, yeah.
good. But then I was getting so frustrated because we use it for the practice, and then I need something, something I can rely on. So these days I just use my own editor. I created my version of Hydra editor with the same.
Locally, or
No, it's online, but it's something that I just um, basically Hydra is like there's editor and there's the, let's say, the engine that does um, generate the visuals. So I took that engine and just made it my own editor, like it's just super simple. But I'm adding like different tools, or also like Chroma is already in there, so I don't have to type it every time. So I'm just like trying to optimize the to have a best practice for my
yeah,
practice.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like I remember that you were like really frustrated by that. Like sometimes, it's not doing well, do not doing what I expect, and then that just like I was also like really not pressured, but like nervous or didn't feel comfortable at the first like 10 minutes of the practice
Hmm.
because it was shorter, so I could imagine that something wrong can happen. So I was just like, just shaking my body and just like, just warm up a little bit, because that I thought that helps. And then that was really good because at the end, when you were playing music, I just went back to that practice and just like moving like that, and kind of made a circle within my mind,
Right.
which was really I think it was like I started to feel that I can like this particularly not is it's not failure, but just to play with this, being stressed, being nervous. I can also like play with it. If it was like purely like let's say a performance with live coding, then it's really hard because you have to be constantly coding. But because we can move, like I can go in and out in a way, and that's really good.
Yeah.
that I don't have to code and I can move, but it's still part of practice, which is really nice.
Yeah, yeah, I see. Then I thought, yeah, so I wanted to say that um yeah, so the now that we talk about that problem, because it basically was a bug. And now that we talk is like, okay, if I will use render, then I will see the grid and then I will understand from where it was coming from.
Yeah.
But now I know that okay, that bug now I know. That's what is good that we know, talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. And the other thing is like, yeah, it's true that I mean the image was it was great, but it was happening because basically there was some oscillation and there was some ramping in the color. And so the visuals that and there was some kaleidoscope also, so it was doing something very nicely, but I didn't understood the how was it, and so my control over the code was not there, and it was just stressing me.
Mm, I see.
So what I did at the end is like I opened a new window, and so with Hydra, so there was a new example. Then I just run my code again, and it worked.
Mm, yeah,
But then I lose then the nice visuals that were before because they were really nice. Yeah.
I see.
Something that I think was cool also. I don't know if you saw at some point just by chance. I have this drawing of
On a
a
t-shirt.
woman, yeah, t-shirt, and there was a face, and because I was using the Luma, then just the face was everything was passing through, but the face was not. And then I start playing, trying to move my body, trying to put the face on your face and do some playing around that, and that was nice.
Yeah, I have to say I didn't notice that during the practice, and then like I was playing with the this metadata thing, and that's when I discovered that you're playing that because I was playing these different metadata with the videos from the live stream,
Hmm.
and then I think it's funny because if I look at that when you were playing with that, that was the time I was really coding that I could really see in the like two just like when I see two videos at the same time playing together synchronized, then I can see
Yeah,
that I was really coding and I was not really looking at what you're doing.
yeah, yeah, which is okay. Yeah, also.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what it was cool. It was cool. Wait, what the fuck was? Okay, Christmas. The Christmas was it almost fell on me.
Yeah. Did it sprinkle something?
Yeah, because there's all these trees on my head. I guess it has I don't know, all tree falling apart.
Maybe that's something we need for the next practice, like have like a confetti or something prepared, and then we just like do it at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Um,
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
I want to say one thing. Like at the
Mhm.
end of the practice, so this time like I was mostly using my mouse to change parameters. So I could like when I'm moving, I could also like move my mouse and change the parameters on the visuals.
Mhm.
And what happened was yeah, I was just like moving it a lot, and then somehow the desktop settings like accidentally clicked like right click and then clicked something, and then a new window showed up that was changed the
Mm.
desktop background. um,
Yeah.
and then I was annoyed, but then I moved it aside. I didn't close it, and I noticed that I don't know if it's the same in. I don't think Mac OS 10 or Mac OS they do this in the settings, but in Windows, like part of the window is like actually transparent a little bit. Like it's like how to say it, smoke glass? No, like a semi-transparent, but it looks a bit
In the
blurry.
in the intersection with the other window or
So
where?
so you can see what's behind of
Ah, yeah.
the
Okay, I see.
settings window, but it's like blurred.
Yeah. I see
So
what you
I
mean.
moved it like on the side, but that transparent part is like covering my face,
Mm,
so you
so it
cannot
was blurred.
see a little bit. Yes.
Yes, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And then like I was like doing like really slow movements, and then I was so I was moving the window with the mouse and using another hand to like push the window away. But that's when I was doing the slow movements. And I think you were also doing
Mm,
something similar. Or was it? I don't know if it was like looking at my movements or something
I
else.
didn't. I don't recognize what you were doing.
Okay, okay.
Because I
This was the
guess you
very
were
end.
because I guess I don't know if just at the end you were sharing your screen, so I don't recognize you doing that at the end.
Okay, no, no, because I think the
Were you
next
sharing your your output at that moment?
so so that's what I wanted to say. Like the let's say the settings window was only in the live stream. I was not
Yeah.
sharing it in live lab, but you could
Mm.
see that I was moving slowly
Ah, okay.
without making any sense because the window is not there in live lab.
I saw that you were doing something slow. Yeah. And then I was doing something slow because yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it, yeah. So, yeah, I was doing something based on your movement. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I meant. So that was really funny, and I noticed that during the practice that you were also moving slow, and I thought it's nice. I mean, I don't have to explain, what I'm doing during practice. Um,
Right.
but now I say it because I think, yeah, I mean, that was really nice. I think it's
I
like
think,
something that sometimes happen in the practice that you do something together but without knowing the intention, which is
right.
a
Yeah.
nice moment.
But Well, I think we should do this at some point. We should do like a practice of like an ontological practice where we just try to do like we try to just explain like, oh yeah, now I'm doing this because this is happening, and then just blah 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 blah.
Yeah, like the how do you say it? Like watching sports like live.
Yes, like narrate exactly something like that. That
That
will
would
be
be fun.
that will be really a fuck brain in between you trying to do something and at the same time listening to what the other person is doing.
But you mean like actually during practice, like while
Yeah,
you're
like I was
doing
thinking like
it?
what yeah, like that's what I'm saying, like an ontological practice one session of because we do this in development,
Yeah.
but because it's development, so we don't have the pressure of like we are it's not the practice yet.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like I was first imagining something that we just view the recorded one and just say what was happening while watching, which could be also interesting.
I see. But that could be interesting actually.
Yeah.
But maybe we can try to do that. Like, I don't know when, but we could try to just actually, like you check your recording, you put yourself in OBS in a small window under and say like, okay, so now this is what it happens is that I'm just opening BDMX and I forgot that I cannot use the chroma. So then I'm opening now Hydra, but then I by mistake I didn't press Shift Control Enter by Alt Shift Enter and that just refreshed it and then go over and over and
Oh,
over.
that's amazing. I feel like also like we should do it like first like separately.
Yeah,
So
yes,
we
I think
have,
separately
yeah,
first. Yeah.
and then we also do it together. So we have like three versions that we
You
can
know what will be
see.
good actually? What one exercise that will make sense? Because this one that we are saying, I think it will be interesting in terms of more personal. I think could be nice. But I think something that will have a shape already is like if I do that on your recording and you do that on my recording, because you have to make sense of what is he doing here.
I see. Yeah,
And
we
that could
could.
be interesting. That could be interesting. Yeah.
Well, like if we get the research grant, then we can do all
Then we
these
can do
things.
something like
Yeah,
that. I think, yeah, I
let's
think
keep the idea for that. I think that will
because I
be.
think it's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because since we are working, and then I think we can put it in terms of like the concept is since we are based, I mean, in a way that gives sense of the practice makes sense in terms of like, in a way, we keep on doing this nonsense and we find this language is during sharing time for more than 1 year. So that in a way that we don't have to talk all the time to agree in some things that are happening. Um, so as a research or or I would say even as a scientific research, it fits in the frame of like hypothesis, like um, or something like like in somehow I should understand. I mean, or I will dare to say now, since I know the tools that you're working somehow, that what is happening right now, where are you right now? As a scientific approach, like in terms of hypothesis, I think that could work because
Yeah.
then we can see completely wrong. I have no clue what was happening.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And also, I just thought like we should do the anniversary practice.
When is that?
I don't know.
We
Like
have we
I
have
need
to
to
find a
check.
date for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we have to
sometime in
find a date.
April, right? Like if we go back to like
The
when we
first meeting that we have.
started. Yeah.
Maybe we can make an anniversary kind of like a open invite, like a anniversary of the CCL online, basically. I mean, we can do the anniversary of the CCL online.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, that
that
could be
was
nice.
the also the spirit of what we were
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah. That would be nice. Yeah, yeah. That we can invite maybe if Daniel can come would be nice, or like some of these people. That would be nice.
True, true.
That would be great. Like and kind of like really create a party, like kind of like a reunion or like, okay, we are here. There is still COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah,
So when was it? I
should
need to check
be,
really.
I think should be in April, something like that.
Yeah. Huh. I did something on the 4th, but that seems different. I don't know. Maybe 11th? No. Ah, yeah,
I'm sure in the
it was on 11th.
of April.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not gonna be a good day for me
I think we can do
because I
it
have,
sometime around that.
yeah, because like I have this, the melting pot goes, I go to the theater of the 12th. So before I'm just crazy about it. And between the 12th and 16, I'm in the theater doing the whole thing. So then the week after, so which is I think 17 or 18, that will be work. That will work the week after.
Yeah, 17, 18 is the weekend. So maybe we can try that to.
We'll see because then I might be too tired. So I don't want to
Yeah,
compromise
yeah,
myself
it's
now.
true.
But
It's true.
the weekend after will be good for me for sure.
Okay,
But
okay.
I'm finishing the 16 and I need to
Yeah,
bring equipment that I'm renting and stuff. So I'd rather don't do that
yeah,
date.
I think that's too soon. So like 24, 25, something
That
around
will be
that.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And we can think and then we can just promote it and just share it with some people. It will be nice to see people there.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to be like, but
We will be you and me, and maybe we can put a ghost
yes.
just to have the habit of have the host. Because what will be the practice without the ghost, and we talking of the serious things about other people?
What if that ghost was actually someone who's just listening for 2 hours?
What if was Martin there hearing the witch?
Yeah, just like everyone like that we referred to during the practice, like this Daniel, like from who wrote that article, and also who else we mentioned. I don't know. Um,
I don't know, so many people from
I don't know.
like
Maybe Judith
Scott de
Butler.
la Junta, people from high school. I mean, very many beautiful people around the world. We mentioned It's the nice thing is those things that those are the things that you don't control when there's what is streaming, right? When there's a
Right.
recording, you at the end you decide, okay, we fucked it up. We don't upload it.
Although
Uh,
it never
but
happened.
yeah, so,
I mean,
but
for the
yeah, it sounds
chat, we
good.
can decide, but yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, I mean, so far have never happened that we don't. I mean, because in the practice is like we are like, this is what it is, you know. This is it. Like so, bear with it, be with it. It's okay. You like it, good. You don't like it, it's good also. It's a practice.
Exactly. Yeah, so let's try to do it. Yeah, maybe we can just like open the link to Live Lab and
Yeah.
do this meetup slash
I'm really
practice.
excited because I'm following this workshop about Lab on the 2nd of April, I think.
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling like super wow. Fine, after using Lab for 1 year, somebody will teach me how actually it's supposed to be used.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's so funny because like I was like watching some videos. No, like just checking the list of the videos on my YouTube, and then I think the first live stream I did was I think it was not actually on YouTube, but something on the Google platform,
Mm.
and like 5 years ago, that was like a chat with Lisa and Daniel,
Oh yeah, what was that about?
and we were just chatting. And I think because we had some ideas to do something together, which never happened. Um, but what was funny is Daniel was talking about Live Lab. He was asking me, like, do you know Culture Hub? And I was like, no, I don't know. Who the fuck is that? Um, and then he was saying, they're making something called Live Lab, and it's like, I don't know, like he explained it somehow, which I didn't really understand. And I think now, if anyone explains what Live Lab is, probably I wouldn't understand. But yeah, like I knew that Live Lab has been, like they are developing it for like ages, and they just like released it like to make it public last year. But it
Oh
was
yeah,
there for some time. Um,
okay. Kind of like the same situation that with Peacemaker.
but it's never never public.
But I think it says that you can contact them to have access to it.
Yeah, but that doesn't really mean that it's public.
Yeah, it's true. Like
Because
it's
live,
not public, but contact us, and if we like your credentials, you can have it.
exactly. I mean, probably they don't say no, but it's, that really creates a barrier. But Live Lab is nice because you can just try it because it's open now.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
still don't understand what Live Lab is. Like,
That's why I'm really curious about it. And they're announcing that they will implement OSC protocols,
IA, you said
which
something like that.
I'm very curious about it. And I guess MIDI and OSC protocols, I'm very curious about.
Yeah, let's see. And maybe you can teach me how to use Live Lab. Maybe we're doing it completely wrong. I don't know.
Maybe maybe it's not supposed to be used like that. Maybe if they ask like somebody has experience with Lab, I will just be, nope. What is that?
Well, I mean, I know that they're aware of what we've been doing. So, I
At
mean,
some
like,
point, I
more or
think
less.
I think Rafael is guy in Berlin from the processing no community. Rafael, the bald guy. How is his name?
The French guy.
No, the I think is German. The guy from Berlin who we meet in the I think there are processing meetups in Berlin. Ah, no, they're not processing meetups.
The creative code. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's actually French. Anyways.
Ah, he's French. Okay, so he put at some point a list of like online things happening, and he put us in this list at some point. You,
The
you saw it?
streamers. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah.
So yeah, it's something well, I don't know, something is happening or some not happening, but would be nice to collaborate with you. I don't know if you can give me money to to produce something or to practice something.
Uh, Chanel, we are reaching out to you. Let me think. What do we need in terms of resources? If it's not money, I mean, I work with MacBooks, so Apple could reach out if they want. I won't be mad. I mean,
True.
uh, we are all open always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Pablo Escobar, the one who said at some point that we always talk in business. We're always stuck in business. Next to plata o plomo, like which means plata o plomo means like money, or plomo is like the metal of the bullet.
Yeah.
So he was saying like plata or plomo. But next to that as well, he was saying we always are talking business.
I see.
So we always talking business, also in the chat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, I don't know. I thought it's part of the business. Maybe
We are
not.
this is we it depends of what is business, but we are in business. This is
Yeah.
we are in business.
Yeah. This is
And we are
a,
expanding. We are expanding. It seems nice, like we are taking this new um adventure with the practice. Like it seems now we wanted to expand and try to do. I mean, it came clear to me. I expressed this idea to you that since we have this time in the residence that we have here in PAF for the last 4 weeks, there is so much evolution in the practice that we see how much it changes and how much spaces it opens up. Then it just seems natural that the only way to keep on doing some conscious work on it is getting money from it. And then for that, then we need to move out in certain directions to give
yeah.
a space to refine the space in our own lives to work for it.
Yeah. And just to add another perspective to the money, I always think, or well, don't say that often, but I always think that we should be paid not for the work, but for the existence. And I think best practice is a good way of well, not framing, but let's say an example, because it's not like we, well, maybe we make some kind of outcome if we get the project grant or something, but then
Mhm.
the practice is, ourselves. So
Yeah,
it's good that we are paid for ourselves and not for the work.
yeah.
That
Yeah, I
really,
like how it's on.
yeah.
I mean, I hope people are not taking this in the wrong direction. Like they're just, you pay me because I'm awesome. So,
Yeah.
but I understand what you mean, and I completely agree with you. Because actually,
No,
as
no,
well,
but
I mean,
it's the same thing. You're awesome, so you get money. Well, I mean,
yeah, but
not awesome.
if yeah, but of course, like if there is if we will be in a system that it doesn't require money, then it's okay. But if the system that we are requires money, then yes, so we need to get paid for the existence.
Yeah. So I can go to the expensive Japanese supermarket
Yes,
and you can get
I'm
expensive
really
chocolate.
I'm looking forward to have some Japanese food in Düsseldorf.
Yeah, let's do it. Like it's
Yeah, we have to
so
do it.
far. So whenever you can travel, then
Yeah. Yes. As well, like since these things of seat is happening as well, like I'm sure, or I hope you will come and visit at some point to see the installation and meet the crew, meet Peter, meet Angelo. I think they will be happy as well to see you. It's a wonderful work. This this was the first time that I'm working in community work and artistic projects, and it's very nice, and the because so much people, so you it's very nice. It's very nice the work. So I guess since it will be for a long time, I guess at some point you can pass by as well.
yeah. yeah, hopefully I can make it. Let's see
Yeah,
how the situation will go.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I think I will go back to BDMX because I'm working on the content for the piece of Marco Torrice for Melting Pot.
So
Um,
we just close the recording now.
yeah, I think so. Then we go back to backstage. And yes,
Thank you for watching.
thank you.